Yes, I saw the Armor King trailer, and I'm not impressed. For those of you who don't know, Tekken 7 was my first serious Tekken game where I actually decided to get good at the game. In that game, I was not a Steve player until the very end, like the last year or two when I was already a shriveled up old man who had already gone through the wars of Tekken 7 Season 4 onwards. Who I actually mained in Tekken 7 was Josie, as a lot of you probably know, but I had one other main, and you may be telling yourself, he probably played someone like Kazuya or Heihachi. No, I played Armor King. Who would have guessed it? Yes, I was a furry, and I was proud to be a big black cat boy. However, somehow Bandai have managed to ruin even my furry aspirations. I imagine a lot of you guys probably fucked with the Armor King reveal heavy, right? And good for you, because the trailer was fire as fuck, I'm not gonna lie, it was hype. However, I am one of the people who, to be honest, seem to be mostly AK players who did not fuck with what we saw because it was Tekken 8 doing all of the things we have been roasting Tekken 8 for months. And that's visuals first, gameplay second. I am not going to overreact to the gameplay trailer, but when I saw AK had down forward 1 extensions, I closed the video for a solid 20 minutes. My brain was telling me that AK was going to be goofy, but my heart wanted to believe otherwise. My heart told me there was no way that they would give AK actual stances. My heart told me there's no way that AK is going to have a parry where he spits on me like a dumb goth girl. There is no way. There was a way. Michael Murray, I am sure you had absolutely nothing to do with the creation of this character. However, this is all your fault. Fuck you, Michael. Look, I don't play Tekken 8 anymore, guys, as I don't ever fail in mentioning 18 times a week. So I genuinely am not too bothered that AK has probably been butchered gameplay-wise, and I imagine a lot of people are going to have fun with this character. This character by no means looks boring or unfun, or even particularly broken. Like, nothing I saw in the gameplay trailer really stood out to me as like overly busted or over the top. This is probably going to be one of the more cooler characters to play in the game. I just know it's not going to be the AK that we all know. Just like how Steve is not Steve anymore. Like, this AK honestly looks like his theme song should be that wibbly wobbly shit. Everyone can lose their minds and we can all get it out of our systems. I don't like Armor King's new costume or design or whatever you want to call this. I don't fuck with it, bro. This to me is honestly another Tekken 8 design that is more, oh, look at me guys, I'm a peacock with big peacock feathers, oh, look at me, rather than a design that actually complements the character or gives some insight on what the character is about just by looking. Like, you could have put this skin on any character in the game and it would have looked cool. I just don't get what they were doing with this. Like, where did you get this color palette from? Gold and red. Like, red and gold is a palette for a good guy MC or something. Like, this is some fucking Gryffindor ass palette, bro. And don't even get me started on the Radon cape. I am a guy who plays a lot of Souls games, right? And Souls likes. There is some variant of either Radon or the Nameless King's armor in practically every single Souls game or Souls like, bro. And it was already getting cringe there. But now you are trying to tell me that fighting games are also copying and pasting this shit and don't even have the decency to add their own spin to it. Like, let me ask you guys, which design here looks better? Copy and paste Radon, or Radon with 5 seconds of fucking imagination to use AK's actual color palette? You tell me, guys. But I don't play this game anymore, so good for you guys. Although I will say this, I do like how the devs tried to lean into AK's more brutal fighting style. Bro is supposed to be like Evil King, I guess. He's supposed to be a heel. And they went in on this idea like 100%. Like, bro is spitting at you, he's putting feet in faces, he's still got his old stomp. This is something that seems cool and wildly enough does give the character much more identity than what he had before. But like I said, visually, they cooked with this character. Well, not the design, but you know what I'm saying, guys. But I just know the gameplay is Tekken 8, bro. I don't know what to say. AK is supposed to play like a Mishima grappler hybrid, basically. AK has a Wind God Fist, his Dark Upper, and disgusting combo damage, which makes the Wind God Fist a filthy whiff punisher, or punisher like an electric. So the way you would play AK is literally like a Mishima. Movement until you see a whiff and then you blow them up. AK also had good pokes, so he could set up his offense in a lot of different ways, and of course he had a fucking giant swing. This playstyle is not going to work in Tekken 8, because a defensive playstyle does not work in Tekken 8. However, there were ways to circumvent this. You could have buffed AK's poking range to match that of Tekken 8's where everything hits from everywhere, and you probably would have just had to give him some plus frame move from neutral so he could set up throw mix-ups and stuff of that nature. But what I am seeing is more of Tekken 8's ideology of just stance offense, active defense, and bullshit heat. And I just don't fuck with that. In what world did Armor King need a parry? Not every character needs to have a parry, bro. Like, we do have a block button. Not everyone needs a high power crush that is more than likely safe, because all high power crushes are safe in this game for some godforsaken reason. But yeah, I don't have much else to say about AK. I get why everyone thinks he looks clean. I'm just kinda meh on it. Now, as for the new character, Mary Zhu, or whatever this bitch is called, I'm somehow more interested in this character than AK, probably because I'm holding out hope that she just ends up being a Josie clone. I don't know, but honestly, I'm still not a big fan personally. Her concept art was so much more interesting than what she turned out like in-game, to me anyways. The only semi-interesting thing that could honestly be taken from her little teaser trailer is the schizo post that came from it. My favorite conspiracy right now is that this was supposed to be the model for Tifa, which honestly would have made a lot of sense. Like the red eyes, they both have these armband things going on, they both wear these high-ass shorts. Like, I could see it, but of course, Tekken couldn't get the rights for the character, so they just made use of the model for a different character. I think that a lot of people have their own issues with this character. I've heard generic thrown around a lot. Oh look, another Tekken female that looks exactly the same, which I don't even know why people are still saying this, because Tekken 8 like actively went out of their way to make everyone's models 50 times better, which in hand made the females all look way more unique. I'm not going to act like an actual homosexual like the main man and say that I don't like this character because she has a fat pair of heavies, but I will say that she does look somewhat generic, mostly because she doesn't actually look like she has a Tekken 8 model. Truly, after watching a couple more times, her face looks like something from Tekken 7 with a 4K render, although I do think there is a possibility that this model might be slightly altered by the time we get the actual character in-game. Possibly, but who knows. This chick is also supposed to be a kickboxer, which you guys already know I fuck with. I did Google her martial art, so there is like a 10% chance I play this character if she ends up looking interesting gameplay wise, which is 10% likely because it's Tekken 8. But hey, crazier things have happened. In the UK, we're currently trying to ban VPNs to protect kids whilst letting 40,000 undocumented people into our country every year. So yeah, crazier things. Sorry to get political on you guys. Fuck Michael Murray, I don't know. I don't really know what else to talk about. Oh yep, Austin Ash won Evo with Anna. Like, I would compliment him here, but I think that would be very out of character for me, so I'm not. Virtua Fighter looks insane. Marvel Tekken looks like the greatest game of all time. I'm probably going to make a video on that soon. Invincible Fighters is a game that exists, and who I recently discovered, Rip is a part of that game. So good for him. So yeah, I think that's about it guys. Fuck off.